that I have for you guys, and thank you for doing that so expeditiously as Amy hands her cards out. Already in, Amy. Nice try, though. It's good practice, you know. So here's what I'd like to ask you, and please let me finish the question before you all rush to put your hand up in the air. First of all, thank you for handling that as professionally as you did. And secondly, I'd like to ask, did anyone have a partner? Let me finish getting this out. Anybody have a partner whose why just really touched your heart, blew them away? And I'm not talking about, the house in Maui and the new Porsche. I'm talking about something that really was significant that you heard, that really reached down into your heart and soul. What's your name? Yeah, your tag's not on, so I can't. Sorry, what's your name? Kathy. And what was your partner's name?
Nadine.
Did you know Nadine? Well, first of all, good for you for remembering her name. I'm serious. One of the things you're going to hear from me today is the importance of you being a good listener to be successful in this business. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And you want to be always more interested than interesting. It's the key to getting referrals, recruiting, everything, is to be a good listener. Because it's all about them. And if you can get that concept and stop trying to shove everything down everybody's throat that you just learned, you're going to make a lot more money here. You're going to become a better person. You'll be able to help more people. So congratulations. Now, what was her name again? No, I'm just kidding. Nadine. Who's Nadine? So you two just met. Cool. Did you get Amy's card, by the way? I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. No, I know. It was. Yeah, that's good. So do you mind if I ask you? This is a personal choice, but would you mind coming up here and sharing your why with everyone? Yeah, would you do that? Can we encourage Nadine to come on? So, listen. Nadine?
Yes.
This is everybody. Everybody, Nadine.
Hi, Nadine.
So cool. Yeah, just keep it somewhere around here. Do it. Go for it.
So, I'm sharing my mom. Well, I shared with Kathy that I've been a single mom since 1999. I've raised my 6 kids on my own, and I have 1 left in high school. She's a junior. I just sent my 5th one to school in Boulder, so you know what that's all about. And Bill introduced me to this on Tuesday night at a meeting, and I got excited. He gave me the product. I've used it for 4 days now. I feel invigorated, and I'm excited about this.
Your why?
My why?
Yes.
So that I can have some peace of mind and just be able to relax after all that I've been through. I just want to relax and feel like I don't have to stress every day. Not that I do, but I just live day to day. I don't plan for a future, because when you raise children, you have to live day to day, because any day something can change based on which one of them is in the limelight. They're all still in the limelight, even though I only have 1 at home, and just a little bit of peace of mind.
Great, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much for doing that. Looking for one more, something here, guys. Hi.
I got volunteers for everything. Everybody.
No, but that's perfectly okay. She just walked up here like revival. Save me. No, it's okay. Okay, so Janae, right? And you've got a heart on yours that says, I love you. You don't even know me. That's so nice. Is that for me? Okay. So, you go. That's right. You have to. Jeff's not the only one who said that, just so you know. As great as he is, yes, you got to love yourself before you can love others. Janae.
I think everybody here probably knows me, but 2 kids, 2 dogs, 2 grandkids, single parent. I was working 3 jobs when I started this, so I had 1 hour. I cried all the way to work, all the way home, hated every minute of it. And if it weren't for my parents, my son would not be in college right now. My grandkids would not have what they have, and I definitely would not have what I have. I don't ever want to be in the position that I have to depend on someone. I want to be able to depend on myself. I want to have that financial freedom. It was finding the right thing. I'm happy here. I've given up my medical career. This is it. There's no turning back. Failure is not an option. My ultimate goal is to be on the beach. I know to do that, I have to help a lot of people. I would like to help 100 people hit a 6-figure income so that they can come home and be home with their kids and not miss out on all of their children's lives and events like I did working. You know, when your kids hide the pager and hide the phone, you know you've been gone too much. I work with animal rescue. Instead of giving $10 here and there, I would like to open a shelter. I would like to be able to go to my son's school. Golf is an underrated sport. So the basketball players and the football players, they get to travel and fly and do all these things, but golf doesn't. I would like to walk in and make a very sizable donation without having to think twice and be able to let them experience the camaraderie and the joy that gets to go with being an athlete. And pretty much, if money were out of the picture, life would be absolutely great, and I am going to work as hard as I can and help as many people as I can, and I'm not stopping. Pretty much it.
So, is there anything more important than that? I mean, if you could just take that, like I don't care about anybody that knows the how-to salesperson. She's going to be successful. No doubt about it. I bet my month's paycheck on it. Yeah. And you, in theory. Sorry. I have a wife too, you know. That was wow, that was everything. I go through mine, but I don't want to sit here and cry because I do that enough. I have no clothes. But a few things though that were interesting. I didn't know anybody still had a pager. And that's the first endorsement of golf I've ever heard in a while. It was great. That was awesome. But I applaud you, Janae. That was what life's about. Okay, let's get into the how-tos. Let me ask you guys a question. Did any of you ever drive by a McDonald's and see a going out of business sign draped across the golden arches? No? How about McNuggets on clearance? You ever? No on that one too? Well, the reason why you haven't, and you probably never will, is because when you buy a McDonald's, if you're lucky enough to have $2 million and wait in line to get approved for a franchise, whenever that may happen, when you buy a McDonald's, what you're buying is a blueprint. You don't have to have a background in beef to be successful with a McDonald's. You just go to hamburger school, they teach you everything what to do. Because it's a system. And you're buying a system. You may have no interest in hamburgers, but what you're looking for is a successful business. And you know, if they do everything they show you to do, in 3 to 5 years, you're going to be able to pay off your investment. You put all those zeros up there and build something that gives you walk-away income so you can enjoy your life. Right? It's what we're all looking for. So the whole point of this is Nerium has broken every sales record that ever existed in the 120-year industry. You know the story. I don't need to sit here and resell you on why the brass ring is probably your best opportunity to have freedom in your life that you're going to see, and I feel confident saying that. It's about the system. If you're taking notes, write this down. Duplication is what success looks like. Duplication allows your efforts and the efforts of your team to multiply exponentially. They don't change the way they run a McDonald's because somebody different bought one. You get that? They have a successful model. You're spending that money so you can have the opportunity to be involved in that model, and you're going to follow it every step of the way. So when you come into Nerium, understand that this is a done deal. You don't have to figure it out. It's already been figured out for you. All you need to do is bring your why, your desire, which needs to be followed up with a commitment to doing those things. It's not about time. Stop saying that. Don't accept that. Okay? It's about will. It's not about time. Everybody has cracks in time where they can make this happen if they want to, because the business model is 5 to 10 hours a week. You can make this work if you want to. But you got to plug in the system. You got to get people plugged in the system. Because it's not just about what you do. It's about what you can get 1,000 people on your team to do. And everything starts with you. You might be slick, you might be outgoing, you might have had experience in sales, and you can go out there and market this to anybody. But if you're not just using the system, you'll win the battle, but you'll lose the war. Because everything you do has to be someone you're doing that with can turn around and do with their people, being brand new in this business. And if it doesn't duplicate, don't do it. Okay? In your kid came this book called The Nerium Success Planner, and that's your McDonald's playbook. That is truly everything you need to know to build whatever income you want. You guys understand that? It's not more complicated than that. We have something that's great. You don't have to be great. You just need to be busy. It's done for you. You just need to bring a willingness to work, a burning desire to succeed, and be coachable and teachable enough to follow a simple system. That's it. So I'm going to take you through that. Okay?
Okay.
Here we go. You guys are with me? You awake? Yeah. I know it's cold out there, warm in here. It's some weather. Everybody turn to your partner, because this is important stuff. Everybody turn to your partner. Say, partner. If you're an napping, I'm a slapping. There you go, okay.
Doesn't take us much, does it?
Should have said that. Amy's going to be smacking everybody. Right? So, why is the 8-point system important? Because it is what we do. You don't need to focus on everything else. Everybody wants to know, what do we do? This is what we do. It's real simple. What do we do? The answer's got to be the same from Richard. The answer's got to be the same from John. The answer's got to be the same from Ann. And everybody in your upline and downline and anywhere in this country needs to be pointing to the same thing. Because duplication is what success looks like. Understand that. It's all about the 8-point system. And even within the 8-point system, if you're limited on time, there's some things you want to focus on. Everything has a priority. Do we need to read the emails? Yes. But do you need to get all your points from doing emails? No. Because the needle doesn't move unless and until you get this in front of people. And whoever tells the story most wins. Period. So the activities that you spend time on is very important, because your investment of time has to be focused on doing the first things first and the second things not at all. So let's talk about these things. Be on the conference calls. Why is that important? I don't know. Would you want to be operated on by a doctor who didn't go to med school? I mean, everything we do, we had to learn. You understand? I talk to people and, oh, I've seen Nerium University, I don't need to see it again. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You know any athletes? You think Kobe Bryant said, hey coach, this is the same free throw line I took yesterday. I don't need to do this again. I did this yesterday, I got this. They do it every day, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The scales I played on the guitar, they didn't change. I had to do them every day, so I got better, so it started flowing, so I could, you know? I mean, this thing where, oh, I did it, I don't need to do it again. This is your classroom. This is your classroom. You go to, what do they call it? A 4-year degree? A 4-year degree? You think? Anyone? Bueller? Yes, it takes 4 years. Bingo. And that's okay. If you're willing to do it to get a job to make somebody else, why aren't you doing it for yourself? Why are you putting excuses there? Because you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. Why are people so ready to make those sacrifices and be able to do those things for somebody else, but you can't do it for yourself? What kind of sense does that make? Just like the people that will travel through weather to get to their job on Monday, but could not be here today because of weather. So, you know the schedules, right? New people, this is the schedule, it's in the back office, you're getting the text, 59769, text 59769, and you know, right, you text the word 59769, you text the word real, it's right up there. Hopefully you've already seen this, it's your sponsored, right? Fast Start interview, we'll talk about that. And this is your classroom. Don't miss it. You can't miss this stuff. See, I don't need to be on a corporate update call where they just announced a promotion that everybody's flying with and you didn't hear about it and you don't know about it. And if you can't help yourself, you can't help your team. Everything you want to happen starts with you. Stop managing other people. Manage yourself well, and then you'll be ready to lead. Make sense?
Yes.
Wrong remote. ESPN. Sorry, it's a reflex. Okay. Read the corporate emails. This drives me crazy. I talk to people all the time. Well, when did they say that? Or when was that call? And can you tell me where blah, blah, blah is? And it was just on the call or in the email. Folks, you want a high-producing, low-maintenance team, not a high-maintenance, low-producing team. You got to get people plugged in the system. It's the system that you got to train people on. A new person isn't expected to learn everything from you. We don't have time for that. So what you have to understand is, reading a corporate email, which is one point, just as, the calls. I talk to people, come on, we get like 2 a week, right? It's a couple of paragraphs. If you don't train your people to get in touch with, you're going to end up being MapQuest for the rest of your career. Just telling you. People tell me they can't read the emails, they're busy, they didn't have time. Really? It's 2 paragraphs. They just spent 3 hours on Facebook posting to people they don't even know. Do you want your business to succeed? Read the emails. It's not about time. Did I say read the emails? Personal development. I've been begging for them to switch this from 1 point to 20 points. Oh my God. Okay, we talked about this. The variable is you. Right? The variable is you. Your income will only grow as far as you do. The great Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do everything else. Again, you guys are the variable. You've got to understand that. You can't just come here and do the how-tos and not work on getting better. You've got, Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, said, once, when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you start to rot. Even he knew that. He also knew, I'm going to make more money selling hamburger stands than hamburgers. Leverage. You guys ever hear the statistic that 3 out of 5 people that win the lottery go bankrupt within 7 years? Yeah. You heard that. You know that, right? That's a fact. That's not Larry making stuff up so he can make a point. That's a fact. What went wrong? What happened is they never bothered to match up on the inside, but they just acquired on the outside. And as a result, fell back upon old habits. They were just broke people with money. A wealthy person once said, if you take all the money out of the hands of people it's in right now and spread it equally amongst everyone in the world, it would still find its way back into those same people's hands. Because it's hard to keep that hasn't been acquired through your own growth. You have got to focus on the important things here. And the important things are you getting better so your results get better. Sooner or later, you're going to have to be a leader of people, not posting. And that's growth. Besides, you all heard the phrase, we're the messenger, never the message. Well, personal development turns you into a good messenger. It's key for you. You know what's more important for you than finding the perfect screensaver for your business? It's getting you 2 a day, doing your follow-ups, reading 10 pages a day, listening to 15 minutes of audio. This is stuff that doesn't take time. Being on our calls, going to a training like this once a month. That's our business. You willing to do that for freedom? Yes. Come on.
Yes.
Good. So don't make excuses next time because nobody's watching you. Nobody's going to be looking over your shoulder holding you accountable. That's your job now. But you have got to build the muscles to make it. Success is not easy. And you walk around, all of you, with a bucket of thoughts every single day. What you choose to put in that bucket is going to determine where you end up, where your life, where your business, where your health, where your finances end up in the months and years to come. We're all concerned with so many things. And mostly what we think about all day long believe it or not, are concerns. It's just like with your food and your diet. You got to put good stuff in if you want good stuff to happen. It's the same thing with your mind. You got to put good stuff in there. Okay, your attitude determines your altitude. You cannot skip personal development. You can't be all you can be by remaining who you are. Let's talk about promoting the product. The product prospecting system. You're all familiar with this. Is there anybody that isn't familiar with the product prospecting system? Raise your hand. Be honest. Good. I don't have to spend a lot of time here. I do want to give you a couple keys to this from my experience, because you're having different people come and talk, and just like I do, I take different nuggets from different people, so I like to hear different people's takes on things. It's not changing the system, it's just enhancing it or using the system. What I do is, when I give somebody the product, I'll give it to them under, conditions. So it's Chris, if you'll just watch this 8-minute video, so you can see what this is about, and take your before photos, I'll hook you up with some. I'll let you try it. I show people pictures, they marvel at me. You know how much more business people would do if they just show the pictures and shut up? I don't mean to offend anyone, but really. You want to be an expert at pointing, not explaining. The pictures speak volumes. I just show people the before and afters and go, you have to see something. You got to check this out. Like, oh my God, what is that then? I get some of the, Nerium, I don't go into too much. And I don't ask them to do me a favor. I've got the power here. I've got the posture. I'm going to do them a favor, and if they'll watch this video so they can see the, awesomeness of this product and take their before photo, I'll get you some. I'll hook you up. You can try it for a week. They're like, that'd be cool. Right? It's all about posture. Now here's what I do. I text them that night. Everybody I had gotten a 9-day sample to, I text them that night. Even if I was to drop it off with Bob at 9 o'clock in the evening, I'm going home and I'm texting him. And this is what I text. I say, hey Bob, remember to leave your face stamp when you put it on? Absolutely take the photos and have a good Nerium sleep. That may seem silly, but just that little tiny reminder is important. You cannot take this personally. People's lives, they're busy. No matter what you think they should be doing, things just slip right out of their head. So that's what I do. It's just a little reminder. And then halfway through the 5 or 7 day, whatever you do, I'll text Bob again and I'll say, hey, can't wait to see your results on Friday when we get together. See you then. Just touch them with it, right? Just a couple of things that I've found really help people stay accountable to staying on that product and me getting the outcome that I'm looking for. Now, y'all know that each bottle, right, you can basically have up to 6 people sample on. So the success pack is that, the premier pack is that. And that's why I like signing people up with a premier pack. I'm not interested in their credit card. I can care less about a one-time commission. Doesn't mean a thing to me. I'm looking for a business partner. And I know the more product you have, the more leverage you're building, because while you're at your job, these bottles are like employees out there working for you, and you just have a bigger pool to draw from. It's just numbers. It's just business. Makes sense. But when I started, we only had the success pack. So, hey, as long as people get started, I don't care. If they can swing it, I'm going to try and make sense of this for them. Let's talk about promoting the opportunity. And all those things were 1 point, except now we're doing how-tos, 2 points for the product prospecting system. Promote the opportunity. Okay, hopefully this will be the most valuable section for you today, so get ready to slap. Understand that this cycle here, understand it starts with exposure. Exposure is everything. If you're taking notes, write that down. Exposure is everything. Okay? And exposure is really just advertising. Our job is to go out and be the advertisers. That's what we get paid for. Period. The onus is on us to go and share this with people. That's our business. Okay, so you can't focus on the results. You have to get better at this before those happen, just like in everything in life. The only place wealth comes before work is in the dictionary. Look it up. It's there. You have to go do the thing. And the thing that directly leads to us making money is sharing the information. That's our job. So exposure is everything. These things that cannot be sacrificed for other things. There's a lot to do here, to be sure. But you always want to do the first things first and the second things not at all with the little time you have. And the needle doesn't move unless and until you get this in front of somebody. Product or opportunity, doesn't matter. We get paid to share it. I'm in the information delivery business. I'm in the information delivery business. Period. I go out and share this with people with a good attitude. That's what I do. I'm in the information delivery business. How you share the information, though, is very important. You always want to share it using a third-party tool. And a third-party tool is really anything but you that delivers the presentation. Be it a DVD, a magazine, your website, a market party. Anything but you. Because you don't want people basing their decision on how good you are at explaining it. It's not about you. It's about the information. Remember, it's got to be duplicable. Maybe you can go out and be impressive with your presentation, but that person's watching you, and they're saying, can I do it? And do I want to do it? They're evaluating everything you're doing with them. And they want to know, can I do it? And do I want to do it? They're thinking this at a very subconscious level, whether they're interested or not. And if what you're doing with them isn't something they can turn around and do with people, if they see themselves getting started, don't do it. It's not about you. Write this down. The more I say, the less money I will make. See, because the problem is everybody goes out, and especially when they're new, they try and tell everybody everything they know, and they're telling them everything they don't know. And now that person is judging everything about this by how I'm explaining it and who I am. It's not about my credibility. You all come from different backgrounds. New people are brand new to this, and they've been doing something else their whole lives. And their friends, either they're talking to strangers that don't know them from Adam, or they're talking to people that are too close to be objective and they know them from doing something else. It can't be a value. It's not about me. It's not about the fact that I didn't make it out of high school. It's about the company's credibility. It's not about my experience with skincare. It's about Nerium biotech. That's the credibility. I don't want them to see me. I want them to see the information. But the problem is everybody's here going, blah, 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 and all they're seeing is me. And so they prejudge it. They don't want to get involved. Instead of the information that probably would have made sense to them, but I got in the way. Do you understand? Yes or yes?
Yes.
And this is what people do. And you have to get out of the way. Because you'd be surprised what you sound like to them. I mean, if I'm calling up my friend Amy, I mean, this is what people do. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Good. Listen, have you got 20 minutes? No, I'm just kidding. Have you got a minute? It's Larry. Hey, how you doing, Amy? Good. By the way, thanks for your card. Listen, join this thing. It's called Nerium DA, and we have this incredible anti-aging serum treatment that you put on at night. You wake up, you're like years younger. It's like crazy, man. It's on all these shows and everything, and it's really cool because it's got this NAE 18 molecule that it takes away your zits and your wrinkles. So I'm not saying you have zits and wrinkles, Amy, but you probably have friends that have zits and wrinkles. And so it's really cool, and it was developed at that Andersonian Cancer Clinic, and so it's really great. And if you sell some of it, it's free. And what's really good is if you sell a lot, you get like an iPad and a Lexus. And I don't mean sell, I mean share, because we don't sell. I don't want to sell. You don't want to sell, right? I don't want to sell. I don't know. People don't want to sell. I don't want to sell. So it's not selling. But it's really cool, and you can win all this stuff. And oh wait, the best part. The company is owned by Jim Olsen. He wrote The Sharp Knife. Listen, you want to sign out? So here's my question. I want you to be honest. How many of you did that? Look around the room. Right? Even if it wasn't that extreme, you did a version of that. And do you realize that even if you didn't do that, you did something like that, that's how they hear you? Instead of just going, hey, I don't know. All I know is you put this stuff on, you wake up looking younger. Here's where you can see the information. Hey, I don't know. All I know is I'm working with wonderful people. This company's awesome. I don't know if it's for you, but I'm just giving you my highest recommendation that you should take a look. Here it is. That's it. Say less to more people. Just focus your time getting people through the process of looking at third-party tools, reviewing the information. Your whole job is to create curiosity so that someone will want to check it out, be a good commercial, and then get out of the way and let the movie play. It's not about you. It has to be duplicable. This is the easiest thing you've ever done if you'll get out of your own way. Easy stuff. It's my favorite line. Hey, I don't know. All I know is. If you would just speak from here instead of here, get this out of the way, forget the perfect line, all that kind of stuff. Just be real with people, be passionate, be honest. Most importantly, be brief. Okay? The longer you go at them, the more they're going to wonder, why are you trying to convince me? The funny thing is, you guys have been recommending stuff your whole life. You didn't need to have some guy up here training you how to do it. Think about that. Can you keep it that simple and be that real? Yeah. You've recommended a movie. You've recommended a restaurant. You've recommended a doctor to your friend if you had a great doctor and they were needing one. You've recommended a mechanic. You've done this. You didn't have to get trained on it. I could ask you, what do you like about this so much? And you'll tell me. That's all you need to say to people. It's really more about what you like about this and your why. No one will argue with your why. It's when you start presenting facts that you're going to get challenged. You get this? You think people are going to say to Janae, oh, you don't want freedom. Oh, you don't want to start a foundation for people. Oh, you don't want to help people. No. Oh, you don't like this product. Just stick with that stuff. The other stuff, don't get involved in. Unless I'm doing a presentation, I don't answer those questions. People still ask me about the comp plan all the time. Call me for comp plan presentations. Explain the comp plan. I don't. I point them to where they can see a video online if they want to, back office, my website, because if I explain it, they're going to think that they're going to have to explain it. And I'm not going to do that disservice to them, no matter what they say to me and how they judge it. I can't. Besides, I can't. That's the truth. I'm not a comp plan guy. I don't know. Somehow a brown cow eats green grass and white milk comes out. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. That's the comp plan. So you're going to use a third-party tool. And what that third-party tool allows you to do is sort, not sell. So if you're taking notes, write this down. Amateurs sell, professionals sort. I'm just busy stuffing the pipeline. Keep filling the funnel. I guarantee you, if you stuff enough people at one end of a pipe, somebody's popping out the other side every time. But some of you put 2 or 3 in there, and they get rusty, and you keep calling down to them, expecting things to change. Don't talk to the same 5 people 20 times when you can talk to 100 new people once. And then just move forward with the people that are interested. Of course you follow, that's not to say you don't follow up with people. Of course you follow up with people, and that's different. You're following up with them because they're interested. But some of you are going to keep calling those same folks because they just don't get it yet. You're going to make sure they do. Our job is not to beat people up till they submit. Our job is to go out there and share this with a good attitude and move forward with the people that are interested. That's it. This is also the part that takes people out in our business. They just focus on a few people, their friends don't want to do it, so they don't do it. Like that makes sense. This is a business of sorting, not selling. All right? Remember that. Amateurs sell, professionals sort. And you just got to keep going, because if you let that stuff get to you, it'll take you right out of this business. We don't have control over what anybody else is or is not willing to do for themselves. We only have control over what we're here to do. And we're here to share the information with a good attitude and point to the third-party tool. Got it?
Yes.
Got to keep your eye on that. Now, how do you know, though, if they're interested? You got to follow up with them. That's why the phrase, the fortune is in the follow-up exists. Because that's where you make all of your money. This is the part you have to get really, really good at. Anybody can hand out DVDs, point people to a website, send out a video, and that kind of stuff. But it's a follow-up where the rubber meets the road. It's the follow-up where you're also going to face the dragon and get questions and objections. It's the follow-up where the work has to be. That's where you make your money. I mean, sure, with regard to the product, it might be a little differently. You know, I mean, some people you can say anti-aging and they'll say Visa. But everybody else, you're going to need to follow up with. You understand that? And from the time you get that third-party tool to the time they make a decision, everything in between is the follow-ups. I say it's a 3 to 5 step process. Mark says it's a 5 to 7 step process. It doesn't matter what the number is. It's a multi-step process where you're going to have to get them a tool, follow up with them, schedule the follow-up, plan the time. They might not be there, they may be there, you might need to get them another tool. What's the first thing we do when we hand somebody a tool? Anybody?
Ask them when they can.
What?
Ask when they can check it out.
Ask when they can check it out. That's why she's the National Marketing Director. Let's hear it from Mindy. I'm serious. So I've got the brand new Beautiful You magazine here. And I'm handing this magazine to Megan. I say, so Megan, this is the new Beautiful You. I told her everything. And you should be on the cover of this, by the way. It's beautiful. So that's why it's called Beautiful You. So I'm going to hand this to Megan. I say, so when do you think you're going to check? You'll be able to breeze through this? Later today? Okay, so I don't know your schedule. So when tonight's a good time for me to call? About 9 p.m.? Great, I'll put in my calendar, make sure to put in yours, and I'll talk to you at 9. Awesome. Can you do that? With a little practice, can you get good at that? These things we're talking about. There's only a few things that count for 90% of everything we do. This is what mastering the mundane is. You just got to get good at this, which is why you got to be on the calls and listen to it and hear it again and again and again and again. I need that back. It's not mine. This is what I'm talking about, people. There's just the simple things. But if you notice, like Mindy suggested, you got to schedule the follow-up. I don't give anybody a tool without scheduling a follow-up. In fact, here's my secret with the magazine. I flag a couple articles. You know those colored flags? Because I've noticed for me, I'm busy. I've always been busy. People are busy. If I hand people a magazine, it's daunting. It's a whole magazine. And they think, they just subconsciously, I got to pick that thing up, I got to read the whole thing. They hesitate. It's not as easy. But if I pick out 2 articles in Success from Home, which I always do, I flag a couple. And I say just, listen, if you have time, read it. If you don't, all I need you to do is take a look. It'll take 5 minutes. Just 2 articles that are 2 pages. And I get them taking action on that. A lot easier. But I always schedule the follow-up with them. So number 1, schedule the follow-up. Let's talk about treating your business like a business. If you guys were in the advertising world and you left a proposal at a client, would you just leave and say, hey, Gary, we'll catch up. We'll be in touch. No, there would be a follow-up to your proposal when you guys treat your business like a business. Easy stuff. So the first step is to schedule the follow-up and follow up. And then when you call them, what's the question we ask? What'd you like best? Yeah. What'd you like best? What'd you like about it? What made the most sense to you? When I show people the Nerium experience, which showcases both the company, the product, and the business, I'll say, so Mitch, what made the most sense to you? Was it, how this product is making people look younger, or making money, or both? The potential of the business. Always be asking leading questions, alternative questions. Spend more time asking than answering. Spend more time being interested than interesting. The whole purpose of me asking Mitch what he liked about it is so I can appeal to the thing that appeals to him. Because it's about Mitch, right? It's not about me. Mitch isn't getting involved for my reasons. He'd get involved for his reasons. How do I find out? Yes. Stop being so concerned about knowing what to say and having the lines and the information to be able to answer and be a genius. It's not about that. It's about focusing in on your prospect, what they want. The great thing about it is when Mitch tells me what he's interested in, and the follow-up's usually a series of 3 to 5 steps where he's going to ask, what did you like about it? And you said the business. He's saying the money. So show him the money. If he says the product, where do you go? Product. He's not slapping his credit card down because I showed him an 8-minute video. He's going to want more information, but he just told me what information. People will tell you where to go with them if you'll just ask. That's how simple this business is. So it's a 3 to 5 step process. What are you interested in? He tells me it's more of it. So the next tool I get him to, or the thing that I mentioned to my third-party expert when I do a 3-way call, inform her of, is what Mitch is interested in so we can go down that road. If he were to say the product, I'd say you should see the gallery of before and afters, right? I could go there. I could go so many places. And since it's a 3 to 5 step exposure, that he might need to see something else, he might then need to come to a party, he might then need to talk to his spouse, whatever it is, you know which road to go down. Does that make sense? This is easy. You getting this?
Yep.
We have coffee in this room. Okay, so you set the follow-up, you follow up, you ask what you like best about it, you head down that road, and the best thing you can do after that when you get questions is to do a three-way call.